Good Sunday morning, Northeast Ohio, on this last Sunday of October, which in a pre-presidential year usually means two things begin to happen. The leaves begin to fall, and so too do the hopefuls in the race for the White House. The latest, Northeast Ohio Congressman Tim Ryan. In a stoic Twitter announcement Thursday, Ryan ending his bid for the White House.
After 7 long months of hard work, I'll be returning home to my family and friends and community in Ohio to run for re-election for my congressional seat.
Friday morning on MSNBC, the congressman said the decision came down to one thing.
Well, I ran out of money. It's pretty simple. I mean, I think we ran a good campaign. I think we had a good message. We were on the ground in some early states like New Hampshire and South Carolina, really connecting with voters. But the way the debate system was set up, I don't think it helps a dark horse like me, because people were only given money if you were on the debate stage. And so, in my opinion, it interrupted a lot of the natural flow of a campaign.
Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown, who toyed with the idea of a presidential run himself, said it's very hard to make the jump from a House seat to the White House.
The last one successful was in 1880 with James Garfield, also from Northeast Ohio, but it's a whole lot harder now with the length of the campaign and the money you need. And it's hard to go when there are 435 members of Congress. It's hard to be the one that goes from there to the White House. And I think Tim clearly faced that very uphill fight.
Brown's name came out this week in a New York Times piece that has the Democratic establishment asking, is there anybody else? Brown told me he's had calls.
I hear from people pretty often, colleagues, labor activists, regular voters in Ohio and around the country, some contributors asking that, but I said no about running in March, and I don't have plans to do it. I'm not doing that. I just don't have the great burning desire to be president of the United States.
Brown, who has yet to endorse anyone, also believes the current Democratic field holds a candidate who can beat Donald Trump, a question asked of Ryan on Friday.
Is there a candidate you believe has the best chance to beat Donald Trump?
Yeah, he just got out of the race, Willie.
Ryan then added he believes there is a candidate in the Democratic field that can beat Donald Trump, and he will make an endorsement, just not yet. Well, this weekend marks the start of the 5th year of us getting together like this on these Sunday mornings for these democracy segments, which calls for celebration. So we decided to set aside talk of impeachment for talk of imbibing. And while Ben Franklin never did actually say the quote you see on T-shirts that beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy, history books do show that our founding fathers were big fans of early American beers. And as we learned this week, it's a passion shared by Northeast Ohioans when it comes to the Christmas ale. What unceremoniously happened 27 years ago has today become a certified event. The first pour of Great Lakes Christmas Ale had beer lovers lined up more than 400 deep to get in.
We usually take vacation days. I put this in a year ahead of time.
So does Samantha. And if you don't know what today's all about, keep walking.
Somebody just asked me what first pour was, and I just stopped talking to them. Like, I just stopped messaging her like she from Cleveland, so why you don't know what first pour is?
And though here for Great Lakes on this day, a lot of the folks here will tell you when it comes to Christmas ales,
I have to be honest, I like them all.
And there are a lot to choose from for this reason.
Ohio's a hotbed of Christmas ales.
John Nayway would know, as co-owner of Akron's Thirsty Dog Brewery, he's watched over the last decade or so as his 12 Dogs of Christmas became the brewery's biggest seller.
It's amazing. It's a beer that's out there for 10 or 11 weeks. People are waiting for it.
The same can be said for Market Garden's spin on the holiday brew known as Festivus.
One of our biggest challenges with Festivus is keeping up with production. So even as we speak, we're bottling, we're working multiple shifts a day just to keep up with demand.
There is competition among the local brewers, but there is also camaraderie and the recognition of Great Lakes Christmas Ale, the beer the others will say is responsible for the wedding of the region's collective Christmas whistle with the ground they broke in 1992.
When they came up with this recipe, it definitely started kind of a tidal wave, if you will, of great beer in Ohio City.
And the lines on the day that Santa himself delivered the first keg have recognition of what they already know.
Christmas ale is definitely kind of considered the OG of the Christmas ales that you find today.
As a result, the region has carved a niche for itself and established a reputation for being the home of the seasonal brew.
If you looked at a store shelf 7 years ago, there were a handful of us with Christmas ales in Ohio. And if you go in the next couple weeks and look, you're overwhelmed because you'll see 20 plus Christmas ales.
And in Ohio City in particular, beer lovers have found a holiday destination.
Folks come in from even out of state. They'll book hotel rooms for the entire weekend, and this is their plan.
Let the holiday season begin. With Democracy 2019, I'm John Kosich. Enjoy your Sunday.